Good evening, friends. My name is Lucy Parker, and David Lewis and I are currently the co-clerks of Central Nominations Committee. Our annual report is in the agenda and notes, Appendix B, page 23. I am hoping you've read it, or might read it after this evening. So at this stage, I usually point out that only about 5% of friends have filled in a service information form, known as a QSIF, or an expression of interest form, which is usually where we start when we're looking for names for a particular task. And I encourage you all to think about filling in a form so we know about you and what you care about and all the skills and experience which you can bring to help us as a community take forward all those concerns we care about and have discerned we want to do. And thanks to Meeting for Sufferings, we can now also approach attenders from many of those roles. As a community, Quakers are less diverse than the wider society, but because of our limited knowledge, the names we bring are often less diverse than the Society of Friends. And that doesn't work for us any more than it can work for you. There are all sorts of ways you can make contact. You can do it through the BYM website. There's a link in the weekly issue of Quake, or you can email nomination@quaker.org.uk. And I still encourage you all to think about doing that. However, although after I make my appeal, there's always a flurry of new forms, whether at yearly meeting or Meeting for Sufferings, still, most friends and attenders haven't taken advantage of the opportunity of connecting with nominations. So I have a slightly different question this evening. What is it that stops you? It may be that you feel you are too committed already, and you fear that we'll ask you to go on a committee which carries a big time commitment. But increasingly, nominations and the groups we nominate for are looking for more flexible ways of working. That includes not just looking for people willing to take on a long-term commitment for 3 years, but it might mean looking for help for a specific task. A new project might want a new idea for a poster, and that might be something you do rather well. Or some friends are thinking about starting a new program in a field you know about, and you could provide an introduction to help them plan the next steps, or some other practical support. It seems likely that there will be more focused tasks in the future, which will often only be for a short time commitment, and they could benefit from the skills and experience that you could bring. Forms can be intimidating. We have changed the form to make it easier for you to tell us what you want us to know. But if the form doesn't work for you, then get in touch and tell us. We'll find a way around it. Do you feel that there is a subgroup of model Quakers who do the central work, who are somehow other? Yet I can guarantee that for every one of you, every one of us, there are areas of central work which we care about and would like to help move forward. But if those of us on nominations don't know about you, then we won't be able to approach you to see if you could help. And that involvement can be so rewarding. Wider involvement doesn't just enrich the work, but it can give so much to those who engage with it. But whatever the reason or reasons, we are failing to connect with you. How can we make that connection? Central nominations with you and you with us. So please tell us what we can do. Email nominations. Leave a note in the arrangements committee box and they can pass it on. We have these badges, and I hope that members of C&C will be willing to wear one, and you can tell them. Stop me or David and tell us. We do want to get it right. We are part of this incredible community of Quakers. Local meetings, area meetings, local development worker patches, Young Friends general meetings, yearly meeting, as well as Quakers around the world. Communication is what can hold us together and help us forge links so that we can achieve more than we ever could if we didn't work together. In Quaker Faith and Practice 1208, after she has been approached to be an elder, Beatrice Saxon Snell is told, "My dear, we have to take what we can get." She goes on, "I have since been convinced that this is a text which ought to be framed and hung up over the bed of every elder in the society. It ought to be hung over the bed of every friend who is tempted to refer to elders as they." But we don't want to take what we can get. We want to get the best match we can between you and the roles for which we seek names. That's true discernment, which is so much at the heart of all we do. Please help us support the work, which is part of our commitment as Quakers and belongs to all of us. Thank you. But before I vanish, there are two postscripts, quite short. Firstly, anyone being about to be newly appointed to CNC would be very welcome to meet with some of the current members of the committee tomorrow at 5:30 by the garden entrance. So I hope you'll come if you can. And secondly, I just happen to have some Q-SIFs, if anyone would like one, and if I run out, I can get more. Thank you, friends.